Okay, so today let's talk about the extended essay. If you're an IB full diploma student, you've essentially signed yourself up to write one of these extended essays. But what exactly is it? So, is it a report, a research paper, the worst thing that's ever happened to you? While at times it may seem like D or E, the worst possible thing that you've gone through, or a horrible social experiment, it's really not that bad. And the answer here is that it is B, a research paper. But what is the difference between a report and a research paper? A report is the kind of research that you did in maybe elementary school or middle school. I know I was assigned an animal or a state given depending on the year, and I compiled information mostly from an encyclopedia and put it all together. Now I know, what the giraffe eats and where it lives and all this facts about giraffes. And the state motto of Tennessee is something about volunteers. But that's just me compiling information from other sources. It's not really me doing any intellectual work of my own. A research paper is you using that research to present your own analysis and your own claims. And that's a major difference. And that analysis portion is essential to the extended essay. You won't be able to score well on this assignment unless you have your own analysis. So what are you writing about? Do I assign it to you? Is there a specific topic that you're required to write on? Is it personal? Of course, it's not about internet famous cats and it's not your diary. I'm not allowed to assign you a topic. The answer, of course, is D. You can choose any suitable academic topic. And there's a lot of things that don't seem academic at first, but we can make academic. As long as you're fulfilling the criteria for the EE and the subject you choose, you've got a really broad range of options. So how long is the extended essay? The correct answer is C, 4,000 words. And you probably don't think in terms of words, so how many pages is that? It's about 8 double-spaced pages, give or take. Again, depending on the subject area, there's pieces of your extended essay that may make it longer or shorter. If you've got graphs, you're going to end up with a longer paper. How long do you spend writing the extended essay? I think a lot of people are scared that it's going to be B, every waking hour of your junior and senior year, but that's just not true. The answer is C, 40 hours over 3 semesters. So 40 hours is approximately a work week. I spend 40 or more hours thinking about and or teaching and or grading for my classes in any given week. That's how long most adults are at their job. So it's really not a huge amount of time when you spread it out between right now and January of your senior year. If you do the things I'm asking you to do, if you do them well and you do them when I'm asking you to do them, you'll be in pretty good shape. It won't be stressful. If you put things off, the work is going to load up. So you want to make sure that you're letting me help you by pacing this throughout the time period and really trying to do your best with each stage as it comes. So you're going to have a lot of EE materials. How should you organize them? Really, I'm happy as long as you organize them. Even if that is C, just throw everything into a box. Is that the best way to organize it? Certainly not. But as long as you can find your materials, we're in pretty good shape. Your best bet is probably B, electronically, especially because the 2020-21 school year is going to be probably a bit unpredictable. It's going to be really good to always know where your materials are if they're stored electronically. So how should I store those digital files? Should they just all be on Word and stored on my laptop? No. Okay, please don't do that. I can't tell you the number of girls who have somehow thrown their laptop in a pool and lost everything between junior and senior year. Just having your files stored on a device is a bad idea. And you also want to make sure that you're not titling your files with things like, oh, I hate the extended essay, because if they're all named that, you're not going to be able to find anything. You want to make sure that you've got a system for organizing and that you're saving pretty much everything you produce in multiple places. So whether you're using Google Docs or Word, you're saving it there. You're printing the most important things. You're saving them on a flash drive. You're making sure that everything's backed up in the cloud, whether that's the Apple storage system or through Google Docs again. You're going to want to make sure that you have it in lots of places so that nothing happens to the hard work you've put in. Let's think about deadlines. Because this class is not the kind of class where you sit in front of me every day, it can sometimes feel like you don't really have real deadlines, but you do. These assignments that I give you are going to be part of your TOK grade, and there are late penalties and real grades in the same way that there would be for any class. So my printer broke, the resource center is closed, my computer crashed, I left it at home, I didn't know it was due. None of these are really valid excuses. Of course, things come up and there's, in extreme circumstances, a little wiggle room, but that is why you're saving it in all these places, so that you always have the work when it's due. This might sound like a lot, but let's talk about all the people that are here to help you succeed in writing your extended essay. You're going to have an extended essay supervisor. That is another adult in the school that has some level of expertise or interest in your subject area and is going to be able to help you out with the specifics of your subject. So if you choose art, you're going to choose either an art teacher or a teacher who has some interest in art. If you have a science extended essay, you're going to choose either a science teacher or another adult who has some interest or background in science. You really don't need to choose the IB teachers. In fact, those teachers are usually the most overextended with extra work and IAs, and they're most frequently asked to be extended essay supervisors, so they're not going to have maybe as much time to give you. You want to think outside the box when you're requesting a supervisor. No matter what, you also have me to help you, and Mrs. Joseph. We're both here to help you. Of course, God is with us in all things, and while I wish the portrait of Dumbledore would help us, he probably isn't available right now. But you do have a lot of support at Notre Dame, so take a deep breath. This is going to be okay.